What up?
You were rolling there for a while.
I know the pass got away from me, and then I panicked. Then I knocked all her balls over. I feel so bad for Moses. God, I blew it. Oh, my God.
But it was entertaining.
It was fun. That was fun. It's All-Star Weekend, man, you know, and I think that was a good start. That was good energy. I feel so bad for Moses. That's his first All-Star experience, and I blew it. Oh, that sucks.
Did you practice at all?
Like right before a little bit, and I didn't miss a pass. And then I started over, and then I missed all the passes. Then I didn't miss. I might do it next year now. I'm salty.
Now you got to come back.
I'm salty.
And so from injury, Moses actually said he didn't need you to show up out there. He just worried about you showing up in the playoffs. He knows that's when he needs you. What do you have to say to that?
I think, you know, I like to show up in those moments, but I wanted that moment for him. That was fun, though. I'm appreciative of the NBA inviting us. That was a good time. I had a ball.
How did it compare to the first time 9 years ago?
Way different. I don't even remember the first time. Like, I don't remember the format. It was like a blur. That was my first All-Star, you know. So this was better.
What is the Spurs decision about how they treated?
It definitely sucked to see them throwing the ball like that. But what I will say is Wemby walked around the court asking everybody, like, so, because they said, make 1 or 3 attempts. And Wemby said, oh, so I could just get all 3 of them up there. And they was like, yeah. So he asked. Now, he may not have asked the right people. But I will say, in Wemby's defense, he did ask a lot of people. I heard him ask maybe 5 or 6 people, like, so you sure I could just throw the ball? So it was actually a Wemby decision. It was Wemby decision, but he probably should have went with the old vet. Because, see, when we was practicing, Wemby practiced it a couple times just throwing them. And C was actually shooting. So the old man followed the rookie right off the cliff.
Hey, DRAYMOND, All-Star Weekend in LA a couple years back, you made it a purpose to go spend time with the kids at the Children's Hospital. This week, you were at this elementary school spending time with the kids, giving them some advice. Why is that important to you?
Well, you know, when you have the opportunity to put on with a platform like this, All-Star, reach back into the community, it's always special. You know, I always say if you can make one kid day, or if you can leave somewhere and it changes one kid's life, you did your job, right? You affected someone else's life in a positive way. And so just to see smiles on kids' face, I remember being the kid that didn't think NBA players were real human beings, you know? And like, oh man, I want to be an NBA player, but they're not even real humans to me. Like, I was the biggest Shaquille O'Neal fan ever. That wasn't a real human being until I met him my rookie year, second year in the league, in the back of Staples. I met him. I'm like, wow, this is really a real human being, you know? And so for kids that come from similar situations like myself, you know, or when you talk to Children's Hospital, I spent time in Children's Hospital with my daughter. I also grew up having seizures. I understand some of those struggles, you know, and so just to try to give a little hope, you know, like I said, with such a huge platform that the NBA provide us with, it's only right to try to help make someone else's day. We all get so much glory and joy from being at All-Star Saturday, All-Star Sunday. How can you help make someone else's day? And that's why it's so important to me.
And to be able to do that on top of, you know, everything you just mentioned, but in your host city with basically kids that you have a direct impact on every day you go out there to play, every day you go out to being part of the community, does that add to the excitement and the importance of this year's All-Star?
It adds a ton. I'm not an All-Star this year yet. I'm here, you know, and I chose to do the skills challenge because I hadn't done it in 9 years. When I did it the first time, I was like, all right, I'll never do that again. And then when they approached me with the opportunity this year, I'm like, you can't turn that down. Like, it's at home. Like, and so to have, you know, to have All-Star here, just want to make sure it's a great weekend. Want to make sure it's one that, you know, best one in years, and just trying to do my small part in that.
What type of urgency level do you expect coming out of the break?
It's the playoffs for us coming out of the break. What we got, 27 games left? It's a 27-game playoff, and then a grind to win 16. And that's the urgency I expect. That's the urgency that we will have.
It seems like the belief level is rising a little bit internally.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler. Completely changed the belief of this team. You know, we started off the year great, and everybody believed. And then continued to believe even though it was going rough. But at a certain point, it don't start going right. You start to lose that belief. And we did. And it's like Jimmy was like life support for us. You know, just came and injected a bunch of energy, a bunch of belief into this group because of the leader that he is, because of the talent player that he is, because of the guy and dog that he is. And, you know, like I told the guys, we can all fall in line. He's a great guy to follow. And like I said, that belief that, you know, he's brought back to this team, I'm sure you can see it watching. To me, when I'm watching, it looks different. When I'm playing, it feels different.
Does it feel like the trade, like even changed like the vibe of the weekend, where now everyone's talking about this newfound hope for Jimmy Butler on your guys' squad?
It definitely changed everything. You know, as soon as the trade happened, Steve said, "All right, now we can compete now. Like this is big. Like this gives us a chance." And everybody believed that. And I said, I think it's showing. We played, 4 games together? It'll continue to get better. But the most important thing is when you walk into an arena and you believe that you can win, that's half the battle. We were walking into arenas knowing we couldn't win some games. That sucks.
Have you thought about a potential ceiling with this group yet, or you just want to finish out the regular season and just try to rack up wins?
We're only trying to rack up wins to get to the playoffs, ultimately to win the championship. We've won championships. Jimmy's come really close twice, putting the teams on his back, carrying them. And so that's always the goal for us, which is why we made the move. You know, you don't make a move like that to be middle of the pack. You make a move like that because you're going for it. And you know, I'm extremely thankful from our ownership, our ownership group. You know, when you have the type of success we've had, a lot of entitlement comes with that. Entitlement comes with ownership. Entitlement comes for the front office. Entitlement comes from the coaching staff. Entitlement comes for players. And entitlement for fans. And I can honestly say, I don't think anyone around here feels that entitlement, including Steph and myself. As you heard before our trade deadline, our message, which was real, was we're not trying to blow up this organization to chase something that's not realistic. But we do want to compete and win. And for our ownership group to make that type of commitment to someone, knowing that JK's coming up, right? Like, I know that they have every plan to pay him. And so knowing what the tax situation were that we were in, and to be creeping right back towards that to say, hey, I'll give you guys another chance, of course. That's not normal. Like, and I'm not going to sit and act like they just owed that to us. You don't owe anybody anything in the NBA. And so oftentimes we fall into the trap of they owe me this because I did that. And it's not real. And so I'm happy that what we've built around here allowed all of us to be on the same playing field. This is what we want to do. This is how we want to go about it. We don't want to blow up everything chasing it. We still want the next 10 years of this franchise to look exactly how it looked like last week. But we want the next 2 years to look different than it looked last week. And I think we accomplished both.
So how important are the role players on the team now that you have this new identity with Jimmy Butler?
They're extremely important. Role players are extremely important when you add a guy like Jimmy Butler because now you got the stars, right? You got Steph, you got Jimmy that's going to do what they do. And now it's on the rest of us to fill those gaps. But even more importantly, role players may have had to play a bigger role than they were needed to play or than they were capable of playing. In turn, you end up going for that bigger role and it's not really suiting you well. Everybody can kind of fall where they should be. With those two guys, y'all the top dogs. Go do what y'all do. We'll all fall in line and do what we do. but it'll allow everyone to live up to their role and be the best player that they can be in their role, as opposed to trying to make up for the lack of scoring, trying to make up for this. No, we got our 2 top dogs now. Y'all go do that. And the rest of us going to fit in and do what we got to do. And that's the ingredients to winning a championship.
So how do you make the...
that part. Yes, sir.
How do you make the NBA better if it's boring?
I think a lot of things...
If you could wave a wand, what would you do?
Well, number one, the game's too soft. It's just not physical at all. And so I think that plays a big part in a lot of things, just not being a physical game. I think number two, things need to be earned again. You come into this league, when I came into the league, I sound like super old head, but it's how much it's changed in the last 12 years. But when I came in the league, I hit my first shot and started talking junk to Josh Smith and got a tech. Shut up. What did you do to talk to him? It's not that way anymore. You come in this league now, and then you wonder why there'll be so many foul calls. That's because rookies getting the same call as Steph Curry. Nobody want to see that. You don't want to see rookie get a better whistle than Steph Curry. What has a rookie done to earn a better whistle than Steph Curry? And I think it's a trickle-down effect, and in turn, what it breeds is entitlement. And so you have a bunch of young, entitled guys that don't really know how to carry the torch, which is why you still got Steph, Bron, KD, faces of the NBA. Because we've bred so much entitlement and created all this entitlement. And in fact, with what's been given to you, you don't know what to do with it because, in a sense, your draft position earned you that spot. Your draft position earned you no spot. You got to go take that. And I think that's had a huge impact on our game. So all of a sudden you get guys seeking out fouls that can't play, dead. But you've learned how to seek out fouls, and they're giving you that call.
Does it bother you that the rising star guys get to play Sunday?
I had to work my ass off to play on Sunday. Like, against the top dogs. Like, I had to beat out Blake Griffin and Marcus Aldridge to play on Sunday. So, I don't know if any of those rising stars guys beat any of those guys out.
So you're not crazy about the new format, or you're going to give it a year and see how it goes?
I think the format can be cool. The format. But in order to play on Sunday nights, you got to do something to get to Sunday night, not beat some other rookies and sophomores.
I'm with you.
You got to really do it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard getting to Sunday night. I tell you from experience, it's hard.
Do you think playing against the host?
I don't know if I quite agree with that one. But I do respect all the efforts that Adam swing for the fences. He don't give a shit. He's going to swing, and if he misses, he'll try something else next year. And I respect that because that's the only way you grow. And so I respect the optimism. Like, we're going to try this. We're going to try that next year. Like, he's always ahead of things. And I always respect that.
Would it be fair to say you would have liked it better?
1 second, Mark. 1 second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you think that playing against the All-Stars actually kind of helps to push that theory forward that the young guys need some humbling and they can be able to kind of be out there with the older guys? You don't think so?
No. No, I don't think so at all. But, I think what these young guys should understand is I've seen a lot of guys make those first and second year teams and then not make it to a second contract. So you should understand that as a young guy. Like, the work that still must go in.
Can I ask one question about your YouTube channel and your show? Why is YouTube important to you as an NBA player?
YouTube is where all the views at, man. That's where all the kids are. You see everything on YouTube. And, just to grow a presence on there, get it out to the world, I think it's an incredible platform for all of us to use. And continue to push the things forward that we're trying to move for.
How hard is it to have a podcast while you're an active player?
It's fun. You make time for what's important to you. I enjoy it. I'm no stranger to hard work. I love putting the work in, so I enjoy it. It's fun.
And any thoughts on traditional media as we're surrounded by a lot of reporters versus new media?
I am traditional media and new media.
All right, guys. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
So it's fair to say you would have liked it better just if the young guys weren't on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
You taking Buddy Hield tonight or what?
I am taking